Well, I have received a new microphone. I don't know how well it works, but I thought I'd do a small video revolving around the problem with Dead by Daylight. Now, I typically avoid this topic because anybody who points out anything wrong with Dead by Daylight is just a hater. Well, I guess I'm going to be a hater today because I've played both Survivor and Killer. I've played it since the beginning. I don't even feel like I'm playing Dead by Daylight. The main issue of why I feel like this is because the core mechanics of the game have been ruined by a certain group of people. Who are these people, you may ask? Survivor mains. It's not really a shock. They always complained about getting downed, hooked, moried, and the devs listened. I have never seen such a one-sided balance in an online 1v4 game. It is phenomenal how one-sided most matches are. And it's not the killer. You see, for a killer to effectively get a 3-stack, because that's as much as he's going to most likely get, that is, well, 4 consecutive hits on each survivor. 6 hits against 4 different builds that are highly cancerous. The main rush thing is Gen Rush. The killers that are strong in Dead by Daylight are Zone Lock, Plague, Skull Taker. Any character that focuses on shutting down a zone, which people hate. Don't blame the killers. Blame the survivors. Let's take a step back for where it all started going downhill. Borrowed time after Hook was when it started. This took away a massive threat of the Hook and took a lot of a killer's pressure away. Yes, killers would knock you down if they could and throw you back on the hook. That's how it was supposed to be. If you got caught slacking, you got punished. But now, survivors, being the little babies they are, get coddled, where they're basically invincible for about 15 seconds, which is ludicrous. It is utterly ludicrous. And it's not fair to the game's balance. But you can still get the kill. Until they fucked up the Moris. Used to be 1 hook, I downed you again, I can worry you. This stopped a very big problem in this game. Generator rushing. This gave the killer a very serious threat. But survivors, being little whippy babies, going, "Oh no, this isn't fair, we don't have a chance," they fucked that up. And now killers have no pressure. Well, we used to have a little bit of speed, but guess what? They added perks for survivors that basically make them Sonic. They're so fast you can't even catch them, and they recharge. Let that run through your mind. They are perks that basically allow you to jump across the map entirely. And they recharge. And there are 4 of them. We're not even going to talk about the fact that survivors already have a blatant advantage of having 3rd person cameras on top of, a terror radius that they can just easily avoid the killer with the glowing red eyes that kind of mark where the killer's at, making it much easier, and also retarded fucking loops and maps that are suited for the survivors to win. Like, most maps are heavily favored to the survivors. There are like 3 or 4 maps that the killer has a massive advantage on. The rest are survivor advantage. And it irks me of how bad the game's become, because I used to love Dead by Daylight. I play as an Oni, I play as Anrio, I play as Huntress. These are high skill cap characters that take an assload of fucking work to utilize. I play Survivor, I just hold down W. That's it. That's all. Literally. That's how you rack up a shitload of fucking blood points. The killer can't catch you. You have 300 pallets between you and him. Vaults, windows, live, dead hard. It's ridiculous. On top of flashlights, flashbangs, third person, the ability to do a fucking troll on stick or on mouse and just entirely avoid the hit. It's just sad. There's one game that got it right. Evolve. The father of 1v4 games. The original 1v4 game. And what they did right was, simply put, they didn't coddle either side. Either you got good, or you got wrecked. Dead by Daylight, if you just want to do good, play Survivor, literally. Even if you're shit at Survivor, you're gonna fucking piss the killer off beyond 9 hells. The only way you're gonna get fucking destroyed is if you don't know your map. And let's be honest, most people know the maps in the game. Simply put, I think they need to revert certain aspects of the game. For example, take away borrowed time to survivors who get unhooked. No safeties for them. Because with this current meta, the next few killers are going to be zone locked, and nobody's going to enjoy it. I don't like playing zone locked characters. Survivors hate fighting zone locked characters because they can't play the game. Which is what they wanted. They pushed this onto the community. Survivors, the survivor mains, pushed this annoyance onto the community. It is so impossible to play killer most times that, fuck it, I'm not even done with the survivors. Survivors literally get a freebie. One person's normally always going to get out. Because, used to be, if you got them all down and hooked, it was just a 1v1. And it was killer's game. Now there's a hatch that spawns. And they open up the fucking gates quicker too. Which is, bravo, just bravo. More coddling for survivors. Of course, you got people like saying, oh, what about spooky loops? What about pandas? Like, you mean guys that literally play meta-type killers and run a very simple build that is literally copied by most of those killers that they hate using because it's completely bullshit? Which is basically around zone locking. Yeah, take away the zone lock. Let's see how good they can do. Wait, they don't do good. What they post is for the good times they get. Now, with Spooky Loops, he also posts the amount of shit times he gets shit stopped, which is a lot. Same with Panda. The fact is, survivors ruined Dead by Daylight. They have been coddled so much, and I think it's time they start losing shit. Like borrow time after hook. Fucking hatch when everybody's been taken out. Quite literally, revert it back to the old Mori system. That way other killers can be played, instead of just zone lock. I don't want to play zone lock. Nobody wants to play zone lock characters. We want to play these cool killers that have these awesome concepts. But the problem is, we also want to get blood points so we can get stuff. But we can't. So, we're stuck playing toxic killers that we hate playing, that survivors hate us playing, and we still barely have the time even get a 2-stack. It's just a fact. Dead by Daylight's balancing is horrible. It is just horrible in every aspect. I earned so many blood points playing Survivor versus Killer. It's hysterical. So all I ask is simply put, take Survivor's safeties away. Sure, let them keep all their perks. Take away the fucking borrowed time after hook. Take away the fucking hatch if I get all of them down. Take away the the stupid thing where I have to hook them 3 times to kill them. Just make it where I hook them once, if I get them down again, I can mori them. Boom. Problem solved. That solves everything that's wrong with Dead by Daylight. That solves gin rushing. It makes you actually have to play the game with a little bit of intelligence instead of, oh, hey, toolbox, win. In fact, you know what? Take away add-ons from Survivors, because 4 toolboxes is a fucking nightmare for any killer because of how fast gins get popped. It's ridiculous. But that's all I got to say.